After we had Kayvon, I do think Mel and I did go through a rough patch, like a rough period. I do think I went through a little bit of like postpartum depression. My consultation is actually this month. Let me see myself. Is that me and KK?
Yeah.
Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. I am so excited for this video because I haven't done my makeup in such a long time. Like I haven't done a beat in such a long time. I haven't just sat down and chit chatted with you guys in such a long time. So this video was just so nostalgic for me and so nice to just really sit down and answer your guys' questions and do my makeup. And I keep on looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, who is she? Okay, I haven't seen her in a really long time, but I'm feeling real cute. So this video today is in partnership with About Face Beauty. And y'all, I'm so excited to put you on to these products. My entire eye look is using About Face Beauty. And when I tell you guys, these products are honestly revolutionary. Their products are so freaking bomb and I can't wait to put you guys on to how I did this beautiful eye look. If you guys have never heard of About Face Beauty, it is actually Halsey's makeup brand. And y'all, when I tell you she snapped on this line, I know a lot of us are skeptical about celebrity brands, but About Face Beauty cannot be anything farther from a celebrity brand. Their products are so freaking good. I can't wait to put you guys on. So we're gonna focus specifically on their matte fluid eye paints as well as their Fractal eye paints. So let's talk about their matte fluid eye paints. First of all, packaging is a 10 out of 10. Mel saw these on my vanity and he's like, what brand is this? Like, that is so dope, but I love their packaging. It's so pretty. But these matte fluid eye paints are so incredibly pigmented. So they are a liquid eye color, but what I love about them is that they don't dry down super fast. Like they give you some leeway. They give you a chance to kind of like work around the product. They give you a chance to like blend it out before it fully dries down. And it just gives you such a pretty wash of color. Again, they're smudge proof and they're so pigmented and pretty. So you guys are gonna see these in action later on in the video, but I'm gonna give you guys some close up swatches. All of their products are also 100% cruelty free and vegan. So let's get into the swatches. So first off, I have this shade that I have on my lids right now. This is in the shade Clone. This right here is Smell Before the Rain. This one right here is a really pretty chocolate brown. This is in the shade Weightless. And then I love using this shade for eyeliner. This is in the shade Art of Darkness. Then these super cool products right here are their Fractal eye paint. And then you just screw off the top and it has a wand. So these are their like mousse textured shimmering eyeshadows. And these are also smudge proof. They're also long wearing, waterproof, and they're so beautiful, you guys. They reflect the light, your eyes just twinkle. Love the formula of these. So you guys can get your hands on About Face products by going to aboutface.com, linked down below. And then you guys can also shop at Ulta as well. So About Face Beauty is available at all Ulta stores as well as ulta.com. So again, I'll have all this linked for you guys down below. And I asked you guys over on my Instagram to send me some of your questions. So let's get right into it. All products will be linked down below for you guys. So I'm not gonna say like every product name just because it's already pretty hard for me to multitask, like do my makeup and talk and answer questions. So just look down below and you'll see a full product list. The only thing I have on my face so far is I just brush up my eyebrows with some brow wax, the Benefit brow wax. Here, let me show you guys. I use this brand new Benefit brow wax. This is their Fluff Up brow wax. So I just did that. Then I lined my eyebrows with concealer, but I still have not filled them in. So that's all I have so far. Guys, I love these little headbands. They are the cutest things ever. If you guys remember in my old makeup tutorials, I would always wear these like little cat ears. So it just takes me back to that time, but they're honestly so comfortable. You always see me doing my skincare and stuff with these on, but y'all, I've been loving these. I'll link them in my Amazon storefront for you guys. But all right, first question. How are you feeling? Are you okay? I really appreciated this question. I'm honestly doing good. I know with my last few videos, I come off as very stressed, and that's because honestly, I was very stressed. It's been a lot, and I feel a lot better because in those videos, you guys see me kind of like in a transitional period. We were like trying to figure out a good routine, and the babies were younger too. That's the key here. The babies were younger, so it was a lot harder to get them on a schedule, and they were super unpredictable. So when you're going through that, it's just very hard to just go through life without, especially if you're a type A person like me, just having no structure to your day. The only structure that we really had in our day was knowing that Kayvon would go to school from 9 to 3, and that was my work hours. That is the only type of structure I had in my day, and even that helped a lot. But the rest of the day, not knowing when the twins would nap, not knowing what time they would wake up throughout the night. Like it was just a lot. So now they're almost 6 months, believe it or not, they're almost 6 months. And I feel like we're finally at a decent schedule. So I'm getting more sleep. You don't realize how much a few extra hours of sleep can really affect your mood and your mental well-being. So just that alone has me doing way better than I was. And I just feel like I'm on a good life path right now. Like I know what my niche is on YouTube and social media. I feel more confident as a mother. I feel like I'm getting into the swing of things, but something I've learned is once you feel like you're really getting into the swing of things, that's when you're gonna get thrown another curveball. So who knows, maybe another sleep regression is on the way or something like that. But I definitely feel a lot better and more confident and more well-rested. I can do a whole update on that alone if you guys wanna see, but just having the twins be more predictable definitely helped Mel and I create a schedule for ourselves, not just for our like work life, even our personal life. I feel like I'm on better terms like with my management in terms of like communication and getting stuff in on time. So I'm just in a way better place than I was a few weeks ago. But knock on wood, let's not jinx it, but I've been doing a lot better. And you guys even see like we're uploading super consistent. So yeah, thank you so much for asking. Will you always stay on YouTube? I hate not thinking of you ever not updating us. Oh, that makes me feel really good that you guys actually care about my life. Sometimes I wonder that. I'm like, do people really want to see this? But then y'all just make me feel so good and so loved. So thank you so much for that. But guys, YouTube, I don't know if I'm being biased because it was my main platform from the beginning, but I love YouTube. I'm not going anywhere from YouTube. I know a lot of the YouTube girlies are leaving YouTube and focusing on, you know, short format platforms like TikTok and Instagram. I cannot see myself ever leaving YouTube. And now that YouTube has rolled out shorts, I definitely want to start posting like a lot more shorts, but I'm always going to be a long format girly. I talk a lot. You guys sometimes will comment that like, girl, you talk so much, but that's the thing. Like I love talking. I love like sharing every little detail. And that's what I hate about short format content. Like I'm showing you guys a whole day's vlog in a minute, 2 minutes. How am I supposed to tell you everything? How am I supposed to tell you little background stories and something funny that happened? And you know, I don't like that about it, but, or even like product names. Like I only have 2 minutes to show you guys my full makeup and I have to sit here and tell you guys like the product names too. I can truly say I know how our parents feel now because, you know, I got to get with the times. Like I'm trying my best to be active on like short, you know, format videos as well. But I just love YouTube. Like I just can't ever see myself leaving YouTube. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. As long as YouTube is still around, I will still be on it. I do think though, for people who are just starting out now, I'm really happy that they have an option like Instagram and TikTok because it's less intimidating making like a 2-minute video on your phone than back if you would have started in 2016, 2017 era and you needed like the best equipment. Like if you guys remember, a video like this would have been in like a studio setting. Like I would have had a big mic, big lights, like it would have literally been like a studio setup. And again, that was super expensive and unrealistic for a lot of people. So I am really happy that now it's more, people like more realistic content. So it's less intimidating for people to start who want to start. So that's one of the good things that came out of it. See, when I talk too much, I can't like talk and do my makeup at the same time. But I'm about to do my eyes. I'm using my About Face products I showed you guys at the beginning. So I'm gonna do like a little brown smoky situation. I always like to do foundation first. I learned this in the Makeup by Mario masterclass that I went 2 years ago, but he always just applies a wash of foundation first because he's like, it helps me just get into the creative mode when I have like a blank canvas, you know? So he always does foundation first, then the eyes, then it goes into the rest of the face. I'm about to use this About Face Shadow Fix Smoothing Eye Primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of this real quick. I love the packaging, you guys, like the little tube packaging. So now I'm grabbing the About Face Fluid Eye Paint in the shade Cloned. And this is such a pretty like warm brown. If you have brown eyes or hazel eyes or even like green eyes, this look will make your eye color pop. It looks so pretty. So with these guys, a little goes a long way. The first time I tried it out, I literally like coated my entire eye with this and it was way too much. So again, little goes a long way. You can use your finger. I like to use a brush to tap it out. So let's go ahead and apply it. And the beauty of this formula is that it's designed not to dry down super quick. So you have time to kind of like work the product and play with it. So it's very forgiving. Look at how pigmented that is. It's so, so pretty. So here it is on just one eye, you guys. You can see it kind of dries down to kind of look like a powdery eyeshadow. But y'all, they snapped on this formula. It's so good. It actually was like the Best of Beauty award, the Allure Best of Beauty award back in 2021, and rightfully so. It's literally phenomenal. Again, little goes a long way. Like you guys saw, I did like a little tap. Like I kid you not, the first time I did this, I coated my entire eye. And Mel walked in when I was doing that and he's like, you look like a raccoon. I was like, hold on, like this is not the final product. Like let me figure it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the other eye. Again, guys, little tap like this. That's all you need. All you need for this eye look. So here's that shade all over the lid, and I'm gonna add a little bit of glitter into the center, and I'm gonna be using the About Face Fractal Eye Paints. Tap it right in the center. You know what, I'm in a sparkly mood. I'm gonna do the whole lid. Now I'm gonna take Apollo Empire and just apply this one directly to the center. Isn't this formula insane, you guys? Like, look how pretty. Now I'm gonna grab the About Face Fluid Eye Paint in the shade Art of Darkness, and this is gonna be my eyeliner. So these also work really well as eyeliner, so you can definitely use like the brown shade as just like a quick brown wing. So pretty. So I'm gonna take the black one, and I'm gonna use a little angled brush and just kind of stamp it on my eye. Now guys, I always do my eyeliner now before I do my under eye concealer, because you guys are gonna see I use my concealer to kind of clean up the eyeliner and make it more airbrush. Like you guys know, like the Fashion Nova makeup artists and stuff, like how the eyes always look so sultry and pretty. It's because they do that. I swear, like changes the whole eye look. And then while it's still drying down, I'm taking a little brush and kind of smudging the liner so it's not as sharp. So now we're gonna take some concealer on a thin brush. This is the same brush I used to clean up my eyebrows. I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer and we're gonna use it to snatch our eyes. This is also how you get that like super bright under eye. I love that look. So I like to use like a super light concealer. So that's it for our eyes. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply lashes and mascara. I'm gonna take the Kiss Ruffle lashes and cut one pair in half and put them on the outer corners. So let's do that super quick. While I do that, let me answer another question. Somebody asked, how has yours and Mel's relationship changed through the years and after the kids? Love y'all. Love you too. And our relationship has changed in so many ways, you guys. When we first started dating, I was 18 and he was 21. So now we're 24 and 27. So I feel like even if we weren't dating or married or had kids, you naturally would change so much from the age of 18 to 24 and then from 21 to 27. So for us, how it has changed. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say it's been like peaches and cream, because that's just not realistic. That's not real life. And I will say after we had Kayvon, I do think Mel and I did go through a rough patch, like a rough period. And it was more so, it was just such a huge life adjustment. I tell all of my friends who are thinking about having kids or haven't had any kids yet, they ask me like, how is it having 3 kids? And honestly, I think it's harder. I think it's a bigger adjustment when you go from having no kids to a kid. Going from 0 to 1, I think is always gonna be the hardest shift and change, because you literally have to change your whole life. I don't wanna say you lose your freedom per se, but in a way you kind of do. Like you can't do whatever you want anymore. There's a whole new human being you guys have to take care of. And for Mel and I, it was just navigating our new dynamic, our new relationship, and just having time for each other. And it was also during COVID, during quarantine, so that also just like added to it. Again, I don't want to say like we went through like a rough patch, but we definitely weren't as good as we are now. And that's like the biggest difference I would say from my postpartum period with Kayvon versus the twins, is I think that Mel and I were just already comfortable in our role as parents, and we felt confident in our role as parents. So adjusting to the twins was a lot easier than going from no kids to having a child. I do think that's something very common that not a lot of people want to talk about, because it is pretty taboo. Like you want people to think like after you have kids, everything is great, everything is peachy keen. But that is the fact of the matter. Honestly, a lot of people can relate to that. They just like don't want to admit it. But it is hard on the relationship at first. It really is. And to add to it, like Mel and I were so young when we got pregnant with Vaughn, and it like wasn't expected. So it was just like a huge life adjustment. Kids weren't even a thought for us when we got pregnant with Vaughn. So none of our friends had kids yet. Again, it was just like a huge life adjustment, a life change, but it was all for the better. And I think after the twins, Mel and I really look at each other as each other's rocks at the end of a hard day. When after Kayvon, after a hard day, we kind of viewed each other as like the enemy. So I think also with just growing together, we learned that it's not us against each other, it's us against the problem. So we really are like teammates now. We really are each other's piece at the end of the day. Like we're truly best friends, and honestly, our bond is stronger than ever. Like Mel has seen my body go through so many huge changes, and he's seen me give birth twice. And he even tells me, he's like, when I think about you, to this day, he tells me, like, when I think about you on that C-section table, like, all I could think in my head was like, this woman is Superwoman. Like, you just looked so beautiful on that table. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Whoever tells you kids don't change anything are lying. Like, literally, you are such a liar. They change everything. But again, it's not always a bad thing. It's honestly a great thing. Honestly, the memories we share, like the happiness our kids bring us is just, it's so beautiful. It really is. So it's also just so beautiful watching your partner just mature into a father. And Mel is such a good dad, you guys. Mel will put his kids above everything, you guys. Like, he is such a present and loving father. And it makes me sad because on my For You patients, I watch a lot of mom content. A lot of moms come up for me whose partners and husbands just don't do anything for the kids. They literally don't do anything around the house for the kids. And it's just crazy to me. The bond Kayvon has with Mel, they're like soulmates. Mel is just such an incredible father. So just watching him be such an amazing dad also just made me even more attracted and in love with him. I can talk about it in another video, but I do think I went through a little bit of like postpartum depression after Kayvon. I really noticed it after I had a second birth. I feel like my emotions, I just felt like they were normal after I had Kayvon. And then after I had the twins and I didn't experience those emotions, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I had a little bit of like PPD. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I had a little bit of postpartum depression. But again, I think it just comes from like mourning your old life. Because again, after I had the twins, I was already comfortable and secure in my role as a mother. Like, I'm a mom, period. But after I had Kayvon, I feel like I was trying to hold on to my previous life a lot. And I didn't want to let go of like being a baddie. Like, I'm still a baddie, don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to let go of that part of my life. But now I feel like I'm just fully immersed in my life, in my role as a mother. When do you plan on getting a breast reduction again? Happy you asked, because my consultation is actually this month. So it's at the end of the month. I'm really excited. And that's one of the perks of having twins, you guys. I was just so happy to know that like after I have these twins, like I no longer have to go through pregnancy again. Now, when I just had Kayvon, I've said this a million times, like when I just had Kayvon, like I loved pregnancy, but I learned that pregnancy, once you have other kids to take care of, is no longer fun. So I can't even fathom going through another pregnancy when I have 3 other kids to take care of. Like, that does not sound like a good time to me at all. So another perk is that I feel like I can truly like get my body back. Obviously my body will never be like fully the same, but just it's nice knowing that my body won't go through like a drastic change like it has been the past few years. So I do want to get another breast lift. I definitely think I need it, but part of me wants to do like kind of like a fat transfer to the breast just to like round them out. Like I just, obviously I'm going to have the surgeon, I'm going to have Dr. Gavami tell me what he thinks would be best, because obviously he's the expert. But I think a fat transfer to like the top part would look really good as well. I definitely 100%, this lash is killing me. I 100% do not want to do implants. Like, I'd rather have the boobs that I have now than get implants. I am planning on getting lipo as well, so you guys will see that whole journey. But yeah, you guys know I am trying to lose weight, so I do want to lose weight myself, and then I want to get lipo on top of it, if that makes sense. Like, I want to do lipo as like the little cherry on top. So that is my plan. I lied to you guys. I didn't just take a pair and cut them in half. I just used 2 separate pairs and just trimmed them. So yeah, that's the look. Now we can move on to the rest of the face. I'm gonna go in with some contour. Where's my brush? This question made me laugh. How are you handling being outnumbered by your kids when you guys go out? Do you have help? So I'm sure you guys see on the weekend. So since Kayvon doesn't have school, we like to reserve the weekends for like family activities. We like go out as a family. We go out to eat as a family. And no, we do not have help. When you guys see us out with like all 3 kids, that's just Mel and I. And let me just say, before I had kids, before I had 3 myself, when I would see parents out with multiple like young children, I was like, absolutely not. I'm never doing that. Like, can y'all not find a babysitter? Nope, not me. Pick somebody else to do it. I'm not doing that. And now look at me. Every weekend we're out at the farmer's market with all 3 kids. We go to the mall, we go out to eat. So I will say the more you do it, the less intimidating it is. So the idea of it is very scary. But again, the more you do it, you'll work out a system, you'll have more confidence. And I think if you just keep in mind that kids will be kids, and I think that's just a problem with American society in general, is that they don't allow kids to be kids. Like, society just makes you feel like you're such a burden for your children. And it's like, yo, how do you think we're gonna keep the population going? Like, do you not think you were a kid once upon a time too? Now, kids for me have never bothered me. Like, even in the airplane, I would always get, like, even before I became a mom, I would get so upset at the people that would get mad at, you know, babies crying on the plane. I'm like, bro, put on some headphones. Like, is it really that hard? Imagine how the mother feels, you know? So I already felt like that before I had kids. But then once you have kids, and especially going out with multiples, I feel like we're always getting looks. We get looks for multiple reasons. I think some people look at us like kind of like rooting us on, like, wow, like look at them go out with 3 kids. And I think some people look at us in a more judgmental way. And then I think some people don't care. Like at the end of the day, like, do people really care about your life that much? Not really. And you know, when people give you like that, like, you must have your hands full. Oh my gosh, the amount of like old people that say that to Mel and I when they see us out. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Kayvon gets the iPad. When we go out to eat, Kayvon has his iPad. And again, we all will judge parents for that when we don't have kids, because at the end of the day, like, we were out, like, for example, before we went out to dinner, like, we were out at the mall for hours and Vaughn was like walking around and all that stuff. Like, let the parents get a break. Like, we're with our kids all day, which is great. But it's like, yo, sometimes us parents, like, we just want a meal in peace. Like, we literally just want a meal in peace. And at the end of the day, guys, there's so many educational shows and games that are literally teaching our kids things. Like, again, let the parents have a break. Like, again, everybody's the perfect parent until they have kids themselves. But yeah, we go out to eat. Kayvon has his iPad, and Kayvon is pretty well behaved. Like, he loves going out to eat. So that's never a problem. And then with the twins, we always make sure they get a good nap before we leave the house. Like, we never leave the house before their first nap of the day. So we make sure the babies are well rested, always have a ton of milk, and we keep like little toys for them as well. So again, just being like super prepared. But guys, keep in mind, we're going out with 2 babies. And I feel like in some ways that's a little bit easier than going out with 3 toddlers. Because even just when we went to the mall and Kayvon is like running around, I'm like freaking out. But it's easier to just keep track of 1 child that is running around than 3 children who are running around. Because at the end of the day, the babies are either in the stroller or the carrier. So I don't have to worry about them like running away from me. And on that note, I really want to get Vaughn an AirTag. Not that he's a runner. I know some toddlers are runners. Vaughn isn't really a runner, but just from my own anxiety. And again, like, you guys know, like, sometimes we do have help. Like, sometimes my parents do come out with us, but my parents aren't always here. Like, my parents have actually not been here the past month. So, you know, it's always great to have my parents' help, but we still manage, you know, without having an extra hand. Literally, if someone has a problem with your child acting like a child, please just imagine me in your head telling them to piss off. Like, kindly piss off and let a kid be a kid. Like, what is wrong with you? I bet you were 20 times more annoying as a child. On that note, I really wish America had more like child-friendly places. Like, imagine a coffee shop. I know they have it in different states, but I haven't found one in LA. Like, imagine a coffee shop that has like a kids play place or like a kids play area. Even gyms, like, remember how gyms used to have like childcare? Like, a lot of gyms like no longer have childcare. Okay, this question is pretty funny. What to do if a girl he knows comes up and says hi / hugs your man and she ignores you? So I guess when I like posted Ask Me Anything, I was figuring it'd be like personal questions. It reminded me of my old like What Would Nas Do videos. But guys, if that happens, I think that's happened to me before, but honestly, in my opinion, that goes on your man. It is your man's job. Like, at the end of the day, other women don't owe you anything unless they're your friend. But especially if you guys like don't post on social media and like she doesn't really know that like your partner has a girl, that is on your man to be like, nice to see you. By the way, this is my girlfriend. This is my wife. This is my fiance, you know? So yeah, I don't really think it's like the girl's fault unless like you know her and she knows you and she's trying to be petty. But again, regardless, that is your man's job to be like, respect my woman, like let her presence be known. So yeah, but also don't be ugly girls. Like, don't act like that. If you know he has a girl and you're gonna go say hi to him, that's fine. Y'all are friends, whatever. Say hello to his woman. Like, what is wrong with y'all? You guys, I have not beat my face in so long. Like, hello. The baddie is back. You know what? I'm saying that because I posted a picture of me the other day. I had like my hair braided, my like long coffin nails, my eyelashes like touching my eyebrows. So someone actually asked me a question along those lines. Where's my phone? Someone actually asked me something about that. What do you think about makeup trends today compared to the 2016/2017 baddie era? So personally, I love it. I love that we went to a more like natural route, because back in the day, seeing that picture from when I was 17 really opened my eyes that I would wear makeup like that pretty much on a daily basis. Like I wouldn't leave the house without foundation. Like now I can probably count on 2 hands the amount of times I've worn like full foundation on my face. You know, the 2022, 2023 makeup trends were popping when I was in high school. I think my skin would have been a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. I think just from being used to wearing heavy makeup every single day, like I forgot what my actual face looks like. And now I really do appreciate my quote unquote natural face. Like I know whenever I say natural, people in the comments are like, but you have a nose job, you have this. Yes, we know. But regardless, like I do like the look of my natural face. I do like the look of a little bit of flaws. I do like the kind of darker under eye and like a little bit of like skin texture showing. I think it's actually really pretty. And I realized too that me covering up my skin, like covering it up with foundation and stuff, like I was not fooling anybody, yeah, on camera, but in real life, like you can still see the texture, you can still see everything. And personally, I think my skin texture looks better without makeup. I'm loving this direction that we're in. It came at a perfect time when I became a mother, because I don't even have time to do my makeup like this anymore every day. So I'm loving this like natural glowy look that we're all trying to go for. But don't get me wrong, I do love a good beat every once in a while, like I have now. But I do like for every day, I do really enjoy the lighter makeup that we're doing. One thing I will never forgive myself for are the Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow brows. Come on, like anybody who was into makeup at that time, we all did that. Like we all did that like thick ass block eyebrow. Girl. It's also because my eyebrows are naturally not even, as you guys can see. Like brushing them up definitely helps. My eyebrows are naturally not even. So for me to like draw them to be even, I would make my eyebrows so thick and so dark, like absolutely not. Speaking of dark eyebrows, I don't even use like dark brow pencils anymore. Like I'm using the shade Taupe. Look at that, look how light I'm using. I don't even use like dark brown or medium brown. Like I go for like soft brown, ash brown shades for my brows. I always like to go back in with a brow gel after I apply the pencil to my brows, just to give them some more texture. Fuzzies in my hair. So yeah, I always like to apply a little bit of brow gel to my brows after I did the powder, just to give them some more texture. And then I also use brow gel. What are these fuzzies in my hair? Obviously from the thing. But I always like to use a little bit of brow gel. Oh. Someone asked, how has being a mom changed your mindset compared to when you were 18? Love you. Love you too. And y'all, I'm a completely different person than who I was at 18. Like night and day. I think back to when I was 18 and I had like all the confidence of the world. I still am confident, but like I didn't really have any fears when I was 18. Like I just feel like I knew everything. You couldn't tell me nothing. Like I already knew everything. I was successful. I had my career already. Like again, you couldn't tell me nothing. But now as an adult woman, I look back on it and I look at 18-year-olds now and I'm like, you are a child. Like 18 years old, you are a kid, bro. Not a kid, but you also haven't seen a lot of life. So how has a mother changed me? I mean, regardless, like I said at the beginning, from 18 to 24, I would have changed a lot regardless of having children. But being a parent has made me a lot more organized. I'm a morning person. Like now if I wake up at 9 a.m., I'm like, oh my God, the whole day is done. And the old me, you guys remember, I would sleep until like 1 in the afternoon if you let me. So that's changed a lot. I'm a lot more like on it. Like I don't procrastinate as much as I used to because I don't have that luxury anymore. Like I have to get stuff done. And it's like my kids are counting on me, like not just myself. Like screw me, like who cares about me? But like my kids are counting on me. So on that note, I actually fear death now. Not to say that I didn't fear death before, but now I'm like, if I leave this earth, like my kids will be motherless. Like that's a lot different than if I was just to, you know, pass away on my own. I know that just got super dark all of a sudden, but that is the fact of the matter. Like my kids need their mom. So I definitely fear for my life a lot more. I do wish I became this early riser, super organized person before I had kids. Like it took kids for me to figure that out and get to this point. And not just like one child, it took like 3 children for me to get to this point of like waking up early, going to bed early. I also don't see the world as black and white as I used to. There's so many gray areas. There's so many nuances to life. And I feel like I was a lot less empathetic. Before I had children, I had a lot less patience. I don't know if I had a lot less patience, but the little things don't really bother me as much as they used to because I have bigger like fish to fry. All I care about is my children being healthy and good. Like if my kids are healthy and good, then everything else seems like little problems. You know what I mean? Last question I'm gonna answer is, at what age do you think you'll allow your daughter to experiment / wear makeup? literally whenever she wants to. The thing is, guys, even Vaughn loves playing in my makeup. And he's 2 years old. Like, to kids, guys, like, makeup is just fun. Like, it's literally just arts and crafts, except you're putting it on a face instead of a canvas. So for me, all of my kids are allowed to play with makeup as early as they want. And leaving the house with it, I don't know. If they look good, they can leave the house with it. But if you look in a hot mess, like, I'm gonna show you how to do it correctly. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think as a society, we sexualize little girls way too much. Way too much. Like, there's nothing about a 6-year-old girl wearing pink eyeshadow. There's nothing about that that's fast or grown. Like, let's take a step back. She still looks like a 6-year-old kid. Like, for example, my friend Brittany, her daughter Tara is 6, and she did my makeup when I went over, and she did an amazing job. Like, literally, if I can find the picture, I'll put on the screen, but she did an amazing job on my makeup. So I'm like, bro, some kids are just like talented at this. KK?
Mommy.
Hi, baby. I'm doing my makeup.
Oh. Your shoes.
My shoes?
Yeah.
Thank you, baby. I got these in PR and he just brought it for me. You want to come say hi to the camera, baby? Okay, you think my feet are cold?
Yeah.
I'm actually really hot.
What's that?
This? I had on my hair.
That's for sister.
That's for sister?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
I'll do makeup. Idea.
What's the idea? I told you guys, this boy loves playing in my makeup.
What's that?
That is a eyeliner palette. You have to add water and it'll be eyeliner.
I want this one.
Want this one?
Yeah.
He wants my eyelash case. Look, show him. Let me see myself. Is that me and KK?
Yeah. That's for sister.
He said this one's for sister. The sun is coming in all funky, but I'm gonna go do my hair and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, that is it for this makeup look. I just threw my hair up in a sleek ponytail. Y'all need to cut my hair so bad. I keep on putting it off, but y'all are gonna see me pop up one day with my hair to my shoulders, which is so crazy because February of last year, my hair was literally to my shoulders and now it's this long. Anyways, I had so much fun just sitting with you guys and chit-chatting and answering your questions and doing my makeup. I'm feeling so good in this makeup look. It just turned out so bomb. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this look as well. Be sure to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to shop the About Face products by going to aboutface.com or any Ulta stores or Ulta.com. So again, all the links will be down below for you guys in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching and we'll see you again for our next video. Bye everyone.